Today, I decided to challenge myself to spend a whole day sewing my fabric scraps and try to make something worth selling. I really hope that you guys will enjoy this video, and let's get started. Okay, so I have now emptied my trash where I keep all the fabric scraps that I am no longer going to sew anything out of. And I'm very excited. I only have one day of sewing, so let's see how many things I can make in one day that actually is worth selling. And there was some good pieces, and there was also a lot of small scraps, but I did have some bigger pieces that I can actually work with, like this one, and this one is actually something that I lined a dress with, and I thought that I can no longer line anything with this, so I'm never going to use it, but it's actually possible to make something still, and that's my challenge today. And this is actually a very big piece with lace. It can be turned into something pretty, and of course I need to scale down the size of the things that I make today. I'm not going to make a patchwork dress or something like that because there are too many different materials. They don't go together. Like, I have linen scraps and I have synthetic curtain scraps, so there's no way I'm going to combine these because they will not work well together. So I need to make separate pieces, and I need to make small pieces. So what I'm thinking is hair accessories, maybe toilet bags, maybe a little purse, hair clip, small things, and just try to make as many things as possible so that these scraps don't end up in the landfill or in the trash can. They have beautiful prints. I have already made clothes out of these, so making some matching hair pieces and scrunchies or even toilet bags will be great. So let's see what I can do out of these fabric scraps. Okay, so since I do have quite a bit of the white fabric, I think it's gonna be more interesting if I do something with the fabric, because it's gonna be a lot of white products and I want to have some special pieces. So what I did was that I found my fabric paint, and this is something that I thrifted a year ago. I found all of these. They are vintage fabric paint, so I have no idea how it's gonna work or if it's gonna work. They cost me $1 US each. So, and I have the primary colors. So basically I have every color that I need, and I have black and white. Everything that I need for $5. And then I do have some fabric paint here as well. I'm gonna try out some different things to see what works. I do want to have some kind of bee print, or I don't know what it's called, this little beetle which is red with black dots. I will figure it out and type it in. I want to try to make some kind of print like that. So maybe I should move these. This is just an experiment. And just testing out to see what works. So I'm just gonna start with the red and just see how it works. It's smudging out, as you can tell. It's gonna be very, almost like it's running out. So I need to mind that. Ooh, you don't need a lot. Not sure how it's gonna work with the dots. Oh, okay. Okay, I have now sewed up a bunch of scrunchies, and before I start twisting them and adding the elastic, I want to cut out a toilet bag using this leftover fabric from my capsule wardrobe. It is an old bed sheet and it has stripes, so it's going to be super easy for me to follow the stripes, rows of stitches to keep the batting in place. So I'm just going to cut out 2 pieces of that. I'm going to try to take advantage of all the fabric. Maybe I can make some hair ties and scrunchies of this leftover fabric. So I have now 2 batting pieces and then the outer fabric. And I'm also going to cut it out in the other white bed sheet, which is going to be the lining for this. So I'm going to cut out 2 pieces for that as well. And then I'm going to start sewing the batting together. Okay, so I am now going to turn around all of these scrunchies and adding the elastic inside. and it's quite fast to do that. Here I have added the elastic to all of them. I think I'm going to start gluing on some hair clips to the bows that I've made. And this bow, I am not really sure what to do with it because I was planning it to be like a hair tie, but I feel like it's a little bit too big. We'll see if it ends up being something else. And also the toilet bag, it was actually supposed to be squared, like a box shaped toilet bag, but I totally forgot, and once I finished sewing it, I didn't want to pick up all the seams because since it is a one-day challenge, I just figured I had to go with it, and that's okay. I have about 1 hour left, so it's not a lot of time left, and I'm not sure if I will be able to make much more because in 1 hour I need to finish the seams on these scrunchie. I need to add the hair clips. If I had to choose like one thing to make from my scraps, it would definitely be scrunchies, because you can make a lot of different designs as well. Like the bow I did here, adding the lace trim, it would be super pretty to make that as well with some scrunchies. There are a lot of scraps left. I think what's fun about this challenge is that it challenged me to use my scraps and also just to not start a new project before I have finished fabric. I think it is a good mindset to try to use up everything of your fabric. We do throw out so much textiles. Even though I use only secondhand materials, all of these scraps are gonna end up somewhere. So if I can make a new piece that somebody else can wear, I think that's better. And I guess everything that I make is possible to use like as a gift. If I'm going somewhere, I can always pick up a scrunchie or a hair bow and give it to someone as just like a small gift. I really like this satin scrunchie. I think those are really pretty. I think I'm gonna be better at trying to make something from all the scraps. That's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you got inspired to use up all your scraps. If you haven't watched my latest video, I show you guys how I upcycle a lace curtain to make a Givenchy inspired dress. And if you haven't watched it, you can go ahead and click this video here. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Friday, and I will talk to you guys next Friday. Bye!